All right, you guys, episode 10 here, giving it a shot. I'm going to give an update on the bananas. So, yesterday was my second week with my frozen bananas at the market, and I can say it was another success. Okay, the first week I sold 70 bananas at $4 a banana, and I had to up my price to $5 because I miscalculated on my expenses. And I was a little worried that I wouldn't sell as many bananas because I upped the price. And I ended up selling 64 bananas, which is pretty darn close to the previous week. And it was actually a slower market. It felt like there was less foot traffic and it was kind of colder because there was more wind, and it was like a little bit of a colder market than the previous market. And I still sold frozen bananas, 64 of them at $5 a banana. So we're doing pretty good. The numbers are looking good. However, I'm still haven't covered my overhead expenses. So here we have a list of my expenses. We have canopy tents and mac nuts and popsicle sticks and bananas and batteries and insurance, all on this list. And right now I'm currently $1,920.18 like overhead. That's how much I've spent on the banana business trying to get it going. And this is how much I've made. $280 the first day, $320 the second day. So that adds up to $600. So let's go ahead and do a little math here. 1,920.18 minus $600. And what we have is $1,320.18 that I'm still in debt. Okay, so on the banana business, it's looking good, but I'm still negative $1,300 basically. But hopefully I can turn that around real soon. If I can keep at this rate of between around 65 to 70 bananas per week, then it's looking pretty good. However, in the grand scheme of things, this banana business, doing my frozen bananas one day a week at the farmer's market, it's not going to make me $1 million. Okay, I did the calculations. If I sell 70 bananas at $5 a banana every Saturday at the farmer's market, for an entire year, that is only $16,800. Okay, at that rate, let me see. It would take me 59 years to make $1 million if I kept at that exact rate. All right. That's a lot of years to be doing this video vlog, and I don't want to be doing it that long, because the goal is to get $1 million while I'm still, decently young, so I can enjoy it and raise a family. Okay, I don't want to be starting a family when I'm 70 years old. Doesn't make any sense. But okay, so we're gonna talk about how I'm gonna actually make the $1 million. So I have multiple streams of income. Okay, I have the bananas. Okay, I have a job at Hanzawa's, which is the variety store up the street that I work at. I also have a job at a little coffee shop. I just picked this job up in the morning times. I just do a couple days a week, and that's a lot of fun. And then I have my open mics, which I sell bananas and kava, but that one's kind of, um, it's not super consistent because it tends to rain or it doesn't rain. Like last week, I made like $70, which was decent. So the plan is, with all these streams of income, to buy Bitcoin. All right. First priority is pay the rent. Okay, it's like $700 a month, and some basic expenses. Let's just call it $1,000 a month that I have to pay, for gas and other things. $1,000. But all these streams of income, okay, all the money that I make as profit, I'm gonna be putting into Bitcoin and some other cryptocurrencies. Mostly Bitcoin because I know it's the safest one. Um, you know, that's a whole topic of discussion to get into. So Bitcoin and probably some other cryptocurrencies, but I'll be putting most of it into Bitcoin. And so the story with Bitcoin is that Bitcoin goes through 4-year cycles. Every 4 years, there's a change in the equation where it causes Bitcoin to go on a bull run for about a year and a half. And so the next halving is going to be in the year 2024 around May. And so between now and that time, I'm going to be buying as much Bitcoin as I can. Listen, I'm working 7 days a week right now. My only day off where I don't actually have to work is Friday. And even on Friday, I'm starting to pick up this morning coffee job. And I guess Monday is technically a day off too, but I do my open mics on Monday nights, and yeah, it is play. It's fun and play, but it's also a job. I'm working. I'm selling bananas, I'm selling kava, I'm playing music, and make sure everybody's having a good time, So, yeah, also I wanted to share another piece. Getting this banana business together was not easy. Like, starting with nothing, just the idea of selling bananas. Oh my God. I've gone through so much stuff, like specifically around getting insurance, getting safety permits from the Department of Health. Like calling up the Department of Health and going into their office is like just ridiculous. It's annoying. It's like but it's just something you got to do to be legal, to be like legally. And it was a requirement to be at the farmers market because they run a really like high level clean business there. They're like all in alignment with like the government and stuff, so that they don't they're all legal. And so I had to be in that line, and it really taught me a lot about what it actually takes to start a business. And all this is from the ground up. Like, I didn't have any investment people. Like, I asked a few of my friends who are like, well off financially if they would help me by investing or like give me a small loan. And none of them would, And so I was just like, all right, I just got to do it all myself. So I worked my job, and I've put, like I said, almost $2,000 in expenses into this business. Okay? And so far, it's paying off. Keeping track of this because I have to pay taxes on my income, which is a whole nother thing that I'm learning about. Starting your own business, you have to pay taxes. Like when you're an employee and you're receiving a wage, you get like a W-2. This is all new to me. And, they already take taxes out every paycheck if you have a normal job. But when you're a business owner, you have to pay your own taxes. And like they don't just automatically take it out because you're making the money, so you have to like report it. It's like a whole nother thing that I'm realizing, like, on top of my expenses and all the hard work I put in, the money that I make, between 25 and 30% of that, I got to pay to the government. So it's crazy out here. It is crazy out here. But luckily, you only pay taxes on your profit. Like let's say I spent $1,000 on expenses and I made $2,000. Well, I wouldn't pay taxes on the whole 2,000. I would only pay taxes on the 1,000 that I made as profit. The 1,000 that were expenses is a tax write-off, so I don't actually have to pay taxes on the expenses, just the profit, which is amazing. But still, And I used to get kind of upset about the government and taxes and stuff. And I still kind of do to some extent. But, also, you got to think taxes are what pay for things like roads and traffic lights and stuff. And I used to be like, oh, I don't want to pay taxes. F the government. I'm not paying the government. But then I'm like driving on the road that the tax is paid for. So it's just like, it's all right, man. Taxes, it's all right. You're supposed to pay taxes. That's living in a community. It's like if you think about everybody in the country as like a community, that's how you like pay to be a part of the community, to like, it's just a part of it. So I'm just accepting life and being a part of it. So this store that I work at, the owner said that I could put my bananas in the freezer there and put a little label on it and try and sell them out of the store. So I think I mentioned that in the last video, but I've been so super busy I haven't even gotten around to doing it. Oh my God. I've been super busy. Honestly, one of the hardest things about starting this business was, it's not actually doing the bananas or selling the bananas or doing it. It's finding the time in between all my regular jobs. Man, being an entrepreneur with zero capital to start with is hard. It's hard. It's not easy out here starting from the bottom. I mean, technically, when I started these video blog, I wasn't at the bottom. But before I started the video, I was at the bottom. Financially speaking. Like, no car. I guess technically I had like $800, which isn't like the bottom, but it's the bottom. It's hard out. It's hard out here. And I'm not complaining either. I'm not a victim or anything. I'm just simply explaining what's actually happening in my life. So I got these bananas going. The first week went really well. It was like a blowout sale. It was amazing. Going into the second week, I was a little nervous because I was like, oh, what if it was just like a one-time debut event where everybody loved my bananas, and then the next week they're going to be like, oh yeah, those bananas, whatever. I was worried that I wasn't going to do well the second week. And the same is like, there's this one thing. I was worried that people were buying my bananas just because they like me as a person. And that's great and all. When people love you, love your personality, they want to support you. Like, hey, I want to buy a banana because I love you. I want to support you. That's great and all. But I actually don't want that. I would much rather the actual product itself be worth the $5. Like, I want people to give me $5 for the banana, not just because they like me as a person. It's great and all. I appreciate it. I'm like, okay, that makes me feel good, but that's not what I'm doing here. Like, the bananas need to be worth the $5 so that people actually want to buy them. And let me tell you, they are. Oh my God. If I wanted to, I could probably charge more, but I'm not going to because I think $5 is a perfect number. Um, but one serious problem that I'm having is that I keep eating my own bananas. Like, I used to listen to Biggie Smalls, and one of his 10 crack commandments was never get high on your own supply. But man, it's hard out here because these bananas are tasty. Oh, I'm telling you. Like, you come see me at the farmer's market on a Saturday, like, you won't be able to resist. You might be able to resist at first before you taste it because you're like, oh yeah, banana, I don't need that. I don't really want that. I get to spend my $5 on something else. It's all good. But once you give me that $5 and you eat that banana, it's a wrap. You're gonna be itching for more. It's 100% guaranteed. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give out samples next week. I was gonna bring them out last week, but I was so busy throughout the week that I completely forgot to get samples. There's a few things I need to do actually for the next market. I need to get some heavy rocks to like hold my sign up in a certain way because it kept falling. I need to get some colored chalk or colored whiteboard markers because my display is bland. I wasn't quite thinking about this, but my actual booth, my table and my sign, it's real bland colors. It's just like black and white. I'm just there with my bananas. There's no like attraction to the booth itself, which is really important. Over at Okoa or other booths, they have artwork everywhere and flowers and leaves, and they're like selling big piles of fruit, and it's just like so attractive. But I'm just over there with my black table and white sign, and I just got some bananas in my hand. It's fine, but I gotta spruce it up. So at the next market, I'll write it down. I don't know, those of you who are familiar with the banana plant, or maybe you're not familiar, the banana tree has these big leaves, And so what I'm going to do for the next market is get a whole bunch of these banana leaves. Like, I might even bring a whole tree with me, but just cut a bunch of big leaves and bring them and kind of like strap them up to the side of the booth and like make it look all nice. Have like banana leaves, and even maybe I'll have a rack, a banana rack, a whole rack just hanging there. Just for visuals to be attractive, because you got to draw people in. And also for my sign, which is right now a dry erase board, white with just a black marker saying Frozinans, Macno banana. It's lame. It's too black and white. It's bland. So I also got a chalkboard, and I'm gonna get some colored markers and colored chalk, and I'm gonna color it up and make it look vibrant and colorful. As well, right now I just have a simple black tablecloth. I'm gonna get something colorful. I want a tablecloth that has like a bunch of bananas on it, or a tablecloth that's like just beautiful and attractive. That's what I need. I need like a beautiful, attractive booth, because that will increase my sales for sure. Having a visually attractive space, it's a fact of life. I've always throughout my life been really turned off by people judging things by how they look, but it just is what it is. I've always been like, oh, if the function is there, that's all that matters. Like if the car runs, it doesn't matter if it looks like a dump, but actually it does. People are more likely to approach a booth that's colorful and vibrant and attractive and approach that like randomly than they are a booth that's just like bland and black and white. And I've been noticing that firsthand. And the only reason why people are attracted to my booth is because I'm standing there yelling about my bananas. Like, I'm literally yelling across the farmers market about my bananas. Get your frozen ends. We got bananas. They're frozen. You know, I'm yelling. I'm making up rhymes. You know, frozen bananas on this side of town. Frozen bananas will never make you frown. All right, it's that simple. So that's why people have been coming to my booth and buying bananas because it's my charisma, and that's why people are like, oh, I want to support you. You know? But no, the banana's got to support itself. Okay, sustainability. And I actually had some friends who just came back from Alaska. I'll show you. They brought a bunch of chaga that they wild harvested. They also brought back a bunch of salmon that they smoked. They caught a bunch of salmon in Alaska and smoked it and put it in jars and brought it back. So that's been really nice. And but anyways, they really helped me out a lot. They stood outside at one point. This girl Trinity, she stood outside my booth, held up 2 bananas that they just purchased from me, and she was yelling, "Frozen bananas, mac nut butter bananas, cacao." She was just yelling, advertising like those people do, for places they stand outside. And as she was doing that, I swear she drew in like 10 people. And so I was really grateful for that, for her. And yeah, so I'm realizing I gotta get a visual, a more potent visual. So I gotta get some colored chalk, tablecloth. Um, I gotta get a picture of my bananas, okay? Because people, the only visual they have is me like reaching into the freezer, pulling it out, and saying, "Look, here's a banana. This is what it looks like." But that's kind of like, when the banana is out in the hot air, it kind of thaws out, and that's not what you want. You want a nice, solid frozen banana on a hot day. You don't want like a half frozen banana. It's not good. So I gotta have a visual where I don't actually have to pull out the banana, or I need to sell a bunch of bananas so that everybody sees what it looks like. Um, Anyways, I'm really excited about these bananas, although I know that the banana business specifically isn't gonna be the thing that makes $1 million, but the banana business is what's gonna be that makes a lot of extra income that I can then invest into something like Bitcoin or something else that might um, that might uh, triple or 10x over the coming years. So I'm really excited about this. Oh yeah, one more thing. I want to talk about another challenge that occurred, just about the difficulties of starting a business. Um, all my papers, my legal papers, my GE license, my permit, my insurance, my health card, all these things, I have it in a folder, and I had it sitting on the floor of my van, right? And I have this big water dispenser jug that I use as my sink at the booth because according to the health department, you have to have a hand washing station. So I have this gravity fed hand washing station. And the other day, I had the water and I had the papers on the floor, and the table that I have moved just right to where it pushed the lever on the water dispenser and it was gushing water. And I didn't even know about it, and my entire floor of my van was flooded with water, including all of my papers, my important legal documents. And so I'm standing there like, wow, like it's so hard to do this, and I'm just getting blasted every second with challenges. Um, it was real easy. All I did was take all the papers out, lay them out on a towel in my room, and just let them dry out overnight. It was fine. It was no problem. But just know that if you're endeavoring into anything in life, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be challenges. And it's important not to let the challenges break you down and stop you from actually going forward. This is what I'm learning. As a young man with with no uh, with no money or no major amounts, it's hard out here, man. It's hard. But luckily, I have good people around me. Another thing is like working almost 7 days a week at normal ass jobs that pay minimum wage. It's not easy. I feel like I'm wasting my life away. I would much rather be sitting on a beach playing ukulele, fucking cruising, excuse my language, cruising and chilling. But I can't do that because I'm on a mission. And also, I have lots of friends that are around my age that live around here that one might refer to as trust fund babies, where they're completely provided for by elders who have a lot of money, who are just, paying for their lifestyle. And I'm having a lot of trouble not criticizing and being like angry towards these people. Because part of me is like jealous. I'm like, dang, like I wish I just had a bunch of money. I wish somebody would just pay for my life. But unfortunately I don't have that benefit. So I gotta just build it myself. But it's nice cuz like it's humbling and it builds character and it makes me feel like strong whenever I can like do something for myself. But I'm also like, dang, like these people are just cruising and not even having to do anything, and they're just getting paid for. Like, oh man, it's hard. It's hard. Um, but anyways, I got a big stack of money right here. It's mostly ones, so don't get too excited. This is the money from the last farmer's market. Really exciting. Okay, I'm gonna take this to the bank tomorrow. I'm gonna put it in my bank account, and guess what? I'm going to buy Bitcoin with it. Hallelujah. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the update. I was going to say something else, but this video is getting kind of long. I think it's time to stop it so that it actually will upload. If it gets too long, it like doesn't upload. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so that's the update. This is episode 10. I'm not sure what I'm going to put as the title yet. Probably something like Bananas, Banana Time, Bananarama. Yeah, so I feel like there's something else I need to say. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go do some errands. Aloha, you guys.